All right. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Welcome to Strategy Sundays Weekly Planning with Coach Sherea. We are going to get started in the next minute. I'm not sure if I'm going to keep my camera on or just go with the presentation. So, good morning, everybody. We have made it to another week. We have made it to another Sunday. And I'm here to help you plan out your week or at least think about your week. Um, So, this is Strategic Sundays, weekly planning with Coach Sherea, helping you maximize your week by planning in advance. Um, I help individuals achieve their life goals while maintaining a healthy work life balance. And I do that through teaching group coaching programs and hosting monthly goal challenges and live events. Um, I am the author of the 2024 Goals Journal. So if you do not have your copy, it's not too late to reach your goals. Go ahead and visit 2024goalsjournal.com. I am also an author of over 11 books and journals. I'm the co founder of the Goal Setters Club and certified trainer and speaker with the John C. Maxwell team. And so it is safe to say you are in the right hands. I am a super planner. I have gotten better because I used to plan so much where if it wasn't in the plan, I wasn't doing it. No, it's not in my plan. No, it's not in my plan. That's not in my planner. And so now I've kind of, the goal is to plan, but not let your planner control you and your whole day. You create your plan, you create your weekly schedule, you create that energy, and then everything else works out. So our goal is to help you get the most out of your week by planning in advance, to stay on task with the life goals you set for yourself, to schedule your priorities rather than prioritizing your schedule, to create a consistent routine that will help you get more done during the week, and to provide the resources and tools you need to plan a successful week and to make sure you plan ahead for special holidays, birthdays, and special occasions. Take a picture of that. Okay. And so before you begin, make sure you downloaded all your material. So if you are part of our 1 year success program, if you go to your Strategic Sundays, you would have all of the downloads there, and then you also have access to the replays. If you So for this session, you want to plan to spend about 30 minutes with me, and then you want to plan to spend about another hour, hour and a half alone to go deeper into some of the exercises. So you want to block out about an hour to 2.5 hours, depending on how much responsibility you have. And then go ahead and grab your drinks, your coffee, your water, your green smoothie. This is my second cup of coffee. Don't judge me. I know it's 7:30 out here in Cali. So I have my coffee and I have my water because I learned um, where I was drinking a lot of coffee with no water. And so let's go. Let me see if there's any. Oh, good morning, Jet. I see that you are live watching. Good morning. How are you? We are getting ready to plan. So yeah, good morning. Welcome. Happy Sunday. Glad you're able to join me this morning. So let's get started. Repetition is the key to forming new habits. So each week, if you're here with me, you notice that we will repeat the same core information. Every week, I add a few updates or specifics, but essentially, we follow the same formula. And the goal is to establish a regular time, which is now, and a space to plan your upcoming event, your upcoming week. And so you probably heard me say before, I'd rather plan my weeks on Saturdays, but for the purpose of this course, it's easier for me to teach this course or come on with you guys on Sundays. Saturdays is just too crazy. But Saturdays will give you an extra day on the weekend to get things done if you need to go shopping or run errands or meal prep and stuff like that, instead of rushing everything on Sunday for Monday. Okay. So what would be good for you to have? What I'll be using in this session is our 2024 daily planner. And so again, if you are a part of the 1 year success membership, that is just download that, print out today's. I already separated it for you, so print out today's. After the session, you want to use your 2024 goals journal. You want to use your planner. you want to use your Strategic Sundays planning checklist. Also, if you have a business, I do have a business marketing calendar, and I keep mine. Let's see. This is last year's planner, and I had it available through a publisher. This is last year's planner, and this is how I keep my planner this year. I put it in a 3-ring binder, and then I print out the pages, and then I have sections for like flyers or upcoming events. That way, this is easier for me because I can print and I can 3-hole punch and then put it in my planner. So that's how I keep mine. So that's why I have 3-ring binder. Prayer journal, if you praying, you might need some different type of prayers this week. And then the celebrate every day calendar. This is just a fun calendar to keep you updated on some of the national events like National Donut Day, National Spaghetti Day, National Spouses Day. And so those little fun things keep you, engaged, especially if you have a business or if you're on social media, you kind of know what's coming up. So we start with, let me see if I could change my, one second, y'all. 1 second. Okay, I'm gonna take down the QR code real quick. All right. So the first thing we do, we start with reflection. Follow effective action with quiet reflection. From quiet reflection will come even more effective action. And you probably heard me say it's not something I learned from John Maxwell. It's something I heard over and over again, but I just never really did. Okay, reflect. And then it was 1 year, maybe a couple years ago when I read one of his books, chapter 4, I think the 15 invaluable laws of growth. I said, you know what? I need to reflect. I need to sit down. I need to sit down and reflect on the past week before I move forward. And then from then on, I just starting the week with reflection. And so in your planner, there's a place for you to start with reflection. What happened last week? What was my overall mood? How did I do in regards to my goals? Did I achieve the following this week? So you want to go start with your last week reflections. What the heck happened last week? What happened? How did you feel? And then as you reflect on last week, now you're saying, what do I want to happen this week? Maybe you had an awesome week. Maybe things went so well and you want to duplicate that. So what did you do last week that you can bring into this week to have the same type of energy? What do you need to stop doing? Maybe you realize you was trying to do keto, and maybe you realize, hey, that's not for me. It's making me more moody. I might be losing weight, but you know, I need carbs. Are you on track to achieve your yearly goals? So the goal is to start with reflection. Even though it may seem like it's a waste of time, it is not. And really reflect, like really sit down and process the week. Because do I want to say this out loud? I went somewhere this week that I did not want to go. I'm not really, I'm introverted. I love being home. I love my house. I set my house up to a space where I love. I love my office. I love my kitchen. I love my house, and I love to be here. And so I'm not really a fan of outside. But a lot of people are asking me, "Hey, can you come here? Can you do this? Can you do this?" And so I made a promise that I was going to go somewhere, and I did go. And while I was there and while I was on my way there, I said, I'm only going to stay 10 minutes. I'm not talking to nobody. I'm not doing nothing. I'm going to sit in the corner. I just already made up in my mind what I was going to do, what I was going to get from the event, and what I was expecting. And so I had already programmed myself. I'm going, I'm staying 10 minutes, I'm leaving. But I actually enjoyed myself, and I actually want to go back. And it's probably now one of my favorite places. And so I love the atmosphere. I love the food. And so because I was able to open up a little bit and expect something different, I end up adding something else to my list that I enjoy. And it's now one of my favorite places. And so sometimes we would reflect and expect. I started expecting something different. I also, there were some other things I learned. So as I opened up, I said, you know what? Let me sit back and change my mind about this event. Let me see what's really going on instead of what I'm expecting to go on. And so this week, reflect, expect what you want out of the week. Now, you definitely want to remember birthdays, what's happening this week if you're prone to forgetting special events, birthdays, holidays. In your planner, you have a space to record upcoming anniversaries. Maybe you have friends that have wedding anniversaries coming up. Maybe you have an anniversary coming up at your job. Um, and so you want to keep those things at the top of mind. Your planner, like I showed you my 3-ring binder, I use a 3-ring binder. If you guys ordered the planner last year, it came in like a spiral bind. I'll probably do that again in 2025. I didn't do that this year. I just made it downloadable. And if you have good notes, you can take that PDF and upload it into your good notes as well. All right. All right. Jet, wash hands. What does that mean? I don't know what that means. Okay. So good notes. So hopefully this is not your week. It's probably most of our weeks. We have so many things going on: dry cleaning, soccer practice, getting groceries, picking up the kids, yoga practice. So she has all these things trying to balance the week. We have, like, for us, we have church activities. You got the kid activities. You got your weekly errands, like washing your car and going to the grocery store. For me, I'm in about, and then I was telling you about the national calendar, keeping updated with that, because even though some of these things may not affect you, they they may affect the world around you. For instance, if it's National Back to School Month, maybe you didn't know it was National Back to School Month, and maybe you live close to a school, and maybe it gets crazy. And so you're like, oh, yeah, it's National Back to School Month. Oh, yeah, it's International Peace Month. So just being aware of some of the events that's coming up, even if you don't celebrate them. Some people don't celebrate Valentine's Day, but guess what? It's a thing. And so if you're at the store on Valentine's Day and you can't see why it's crazy, like, oh, yeah, it's Valentine's Day. So again, just because you don't celebrate things, it's good to know what's coming up so you can be aware of what's happening around you. All right. And then what's happening? So, like, my church has a lot of events. I'm also a part of a mentorship, goal accountability. And so I have a calendar with that. I have a weekly calendar and I have an accountability worksheet that I have to fill out. So just keeping that at the top of the list. So what's coming up? So in the US, we have a couple of things coming up. Like, tomorrow is President's Day. It may or may not affect you, but if you plan on going to the bank, it's going to affect you. If you plan on going to the DMV, it's going to affect you. So President's Day may not be that important to you, but some things you will be affected by. So just knowing that that's coming up. And then also, a lot of people, they have President's Day sale. So if you are a business owner and you're thinking about having a President's Day sale, it's just good to be on top. Also in March, daylight savings. We are pushing our clocks forward. So that's going to be not too long from now. It's going to be less than a month. St. Patrick's Day, spring is coming up. First day of spring. April Fool's Day. Don't even try to pinch me. Don't try it. But at least know it's coming up, and at least know somebody might try to pinch you, and then you got to work that out. All right, and then tax day. Lord, the taxes are coming. Tax day is coming. And then Earth Day. And so, getting a jump ahead, this is what's coming up. Let's go ahead and add that to your calendar if you have your calendars out. And then your budget. At the end of the month, towards the end of the month, we start making our new budget for the new month. But now you want to look at it from a weekly basis. What's coming out this week, especially if you have automatic pay. A lot of my things I get on the first of the month and the 25th of the month. And the first, my phone is just blam, blam, like this is going out. Audible's coming out, all these first of the month. And so you just want to keep track of what's coming out this month. And then you want to go back to, hey, whose birthday is this week? Whose anniversary is this week? And then adding that to your calendar. And then meal planning. The benefits of meal planning. Hopefully, you will eat healthier. It reduces food waste. It cuts cost. It saves time and eliminates stress. Okay, put that up. So, Jet, congratulations on pushing your boundaries. Yeah, it was tough. I called my husband ahead of time and I was like, babe, because I cook every night. you know, was no need for me to cook ahead because I'm like, I'm going to this event, I'm coming right home. And then he said, okay, take a photo. Man, it was golf. And I was, people were taking pictures and I was in on it. I didn't even, I stayed until the end. So not only did I not leave 10 minutes, I stayed until the end and I really, really enjoyed myself. Um, so yeah. Meal prep tips. So I know I talk about this every week. It depends on who you are, how you run your family, how you run your household, how many people in your household, if you have kids, if you're single, if you're married and you're expected to cook, maybe you're married and you guys eat out. So everyone's meal plan, meal prep is going to be different. I cook every day. I make dinner. I don't like leftovers. And so unless it's chili or like spaghetti or like taco meat, those are the only three things. So I would most likely never meal prep like chicken and rice and that stuff together how they do it. I just can't. I never did like TV dinners, things like that. So I have to cook it fresh in the mornings. So I like emails because emails just gives you recipes or it gives you ideas of what to make for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and then you make them. Now, some things like HelloFresh, you have Blue Apron, you have Butcher Box, you have Just Meats, you have Home Chefs. So some of those meal prep services, they prepare the menu and they send the items to you to your house for a monthly subscription. Also, you can have a routine. So like Mondays could be meatless Monday, taco Tuesday could be taco Tuesday. Not only do you make tacos, but also in the restaurant world, a lot of restaurants have tacos on sale. And so it might be a good idea to say, hey, when I get out the office, I'm gonna go by this taco place and get some tacos on Tuesday because it might be cheaper. Crock pot Thursday. So now I have an accountability call on Mondays right after I get out the office. So I might change my crock pot Thursday to crock pot Monday so I can make sure that food is ready on Mondays when I get home. So here in your planner, you have a place to put your weekly meal plan. So you can plan out your week and then your shopping list is on the other side. And then goal setting. So let me change this. I forgot to change this photo. So goal setting that we have a plan. So if you're a part of the Goal Setters Club, we have a Goal Setters Mastermind on Facebook. That we go through the goals journal throughout the year. And so each month we focus on one category. So last month we focused on health and fitness. This month we're focused on relationships. And March we're focused on money. Okay. So as you're working on your goals throughout the year, you want to review your vision board. I keep my vision board in my office. We used to keep them out inside of our home. And now this year we're like, hey, we need them a little bit closer. So we started putting them, my daughter's is in her room. Mine is in my office. So review your vision board. Try to do that every day before you head out for the day. Review your routines for the month. If you said you were going to the gym on Wednesdays, is it Wednesdays or, we have a reading. So here's some sample routines. So say for instance, one of your relationship goals is to work on your marriage. You can put marriage Monday here. And there's something you could do. Maybe you're having coffee together. Maybe you're going to lunch together. Maybe you're watching a movie together. And so every Monday for maybe an hour, you're working on this relationship goal. Meatless Monday. Maybe you're working on your health and fitness goals and you want to try to carve out meat in your schedule. Maybe you're thinking about being a vegan. So every Monday, as a part of your health and fitness goals, you're going to do meatless Monday. Money Monday. I know this is a tough Monday. Money Monday. Maybe that's the day you sit down and you work on your bills and your budget. Because if you don't plan it, you don't have a routine, it's kind of hard to complete your goals at the end of the year. All right, let me see if there is any other comments. Okay. What are you reading next week? What are we reading? So, us with the Goal Setters Club, we are reading, since this month we're working on relationship goals, we're reading Relationships 101, John Maxwell. I try to keep, again, I mentioned I was a part of 7 book clubs. I try to keep my books that I'm reading for my book clubs in one stack. And so this month we are reading John C. Maxwell Relationship Goals, and this is our reading plan. And so we're on February 18th. We should be so by the 20th we should be done with page 65 and then moving on the 21st to 66. And so you have a copy of this reading plan. And then for the goals journal, we are February 18th. So today you should finish out writing out your affirmations. And then tomorrow, from the 19th through the 22nd, you should be creating some type of visual for your relationships. And it doesn't have to be a vision board, but what do you see this time, either next year, this time at the end of the year, this time at the end of the month? What do you see in your relationships, right? So there's a reading plan for that. So again, these are some of the books. This is for my Highlight Book Club. This is for my Girl Mob Book Club. This is for the Goal Setters Club Club, my Morning Meetup Book Club, Woman Evolve Book Club. So I try to keep these books on my desk. I try to keep them in a stack and read about 10 pages a day, or sometimes I'll just do Audible, depending on what book it is. Like right now, we're transitioning to $100 million leads. I have that on Audible, and I listened to the whole one last night, and I'll just probably keep listening to it again. All right, and then there's a few tips. Automate your tasks. And so if you have tasks like cleaning or sorting or social media posting, see how you can automate those things or see how you can delegate those things out. When you're doing your calendar, especially today, try to limit social media. Get off, well, you might need your phone. Maybe turn off the notification. Do time blocks. So today would be a time block. Set aside 2 hours. 2 hours or 2.5 hours or 3 hours seems like a long time. But if you don't put those hours in now, they're going to come out of your week next week. Oh my God, I forgot her birthday. Now you're going to the store. Now you're paying more money. Now you're trying to get a bag. Now you're trying to do all these things. If you would have took some time to plan, you would have known, okay, here's the birthdays. Let me run to Target real quick. Let me get all 3 gifts. So yeah, set up reminders and alerts on your phone for your task, for your deadlines, for your routines. Every hour, my phone will go off and say, drink water, because I've been dehydrated before. I've been working on projects. I had so many projects this week, and I just been down in coffee, but I also make sure I get that water in. So this checklist is available inside of the portal. All right. So here are your resources. The 2024 Goals Journal, the 2024 Planner, the 2024 Business Marketing Calendar. Also, if you are on Spotify, I have a Strategic Sunday playlist, and it's a list of instrumentals. And of course, there's digital resources. I like planning. I like writing. I like the physical journal. I like to see it, touch it. But there are other tools. There's Notion, Asana, Monday.com. So if you like digital resources for your planning, there are a bunch of resources for that. I just like physical. All right. So thank you guys so much for joining me today. Remember, it wasn't raining when Noah built the ark. He was planning and he knew the day was coming. He wasn't sure when it was, but he continued to build. He continued to plan. He continued to build relationships. And so make sure that you are planning even though it's not raining yet. All right, you guys. Any questions? Jet, did you have any questions before I head out? All right, you guys. I will see you next Sunday. Uh, you're welcome. Thanks for showing up. Hopefully, this will help you plan your week, and I will see you guys next week.